Today, I want to share a little bit about what has happened recently in my personal life. My dad passed away recently, and I want to share a little bit of that with you today and kind of what my purpose is in everything that I do, both here on YouTube with my businesses, and what I do to help others. And so this isn't a video for everyone. We'll have plenty more print on demand and t-shirt and marketing videos that we'll still be posting, but I wanted to share this. I felt like I needed to share this. So feel free to watch, and hopefully this helps somebody. Hopefully this is encouraging for somebody out there. And with that, I'm just gonna share a little bit. So first, let me start off by saying that I have what I consider to be an incredible life. I have two amazing children, 7 and 5, Calvin and Sage. I have a wonderful wife that I've been married to for 10 and a half years. We live an incredible life. I work from home currently. I've had offices in the past, but I work for myself. I have my own business, and this is what I do on a daily basis. I have a course, I have a coaching program, I have a podcast, I have my YouTube channel, email list, all those different things. And I, make money through my courses and through, what I've been able to do with t-shirts over the years and selling t-shirts and a few other different areas. But we do really well, and I have such an amazing life, and I get to control my own schedule and do what I want to do for the most part on a daily basis, which I am so incredibly thankful for. Getting to spend time with my kids and travel and different things that I do. It really is the life I always dreamed of. So I want to start by saying that this is in no way a pity on me type thing, because I have an amazing life. So I went to Austin, Texas in the end of May to go to the Kajabi conference. And I took my wife, so just me and my wife, and the kids were here with my mom. And I got a call on June 1st that that my dad had passed away. And so I was in Austin. That's about 8 hours from where I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so we drove. Actually, we didn't fly. My wife and I drove down there. And for context, my dad his oldest lives in Seattle, my big brother. He's 42 years old. I grew up with him until he was about 13, so I'm about 8 years younger. So I was probably 4 or 5 when he initially moved. He moved away with his mom. I have a younger brother that is 6 years younger than me. I'm about to be 34. And so I'm kind of the middle child, but I'm also the oldest because my oldest brother he's lived in Seattle. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's lived in Seattle for the last 25 plus years. So I'm the oldest here. I'm kind of like the leader of my family here, I guess you could say. And so everybody kind of turns to me a lot when things happen and things go down. So I was kind of responsible at that point for figuring things out with my dad. And so I immediately drove back to Tulsa, lots of emotions, different things. I want to tell you about my dad a little bit. I was not close with my dad. I had a really rough childhood. My mom and dad divorced when I was 8 years old. I've gotten kind of the brunt of my dad's craziness throughout my life. My little brother was kind of too young when a lot of things were happening that were really horrible. And my oldest brother was a million miles away. So I was old enough to, bear the brunt of most things. So my dad, when I was young, was an alcoholic. Would routinely drink every day, get wasted every day, and would physically abuse my mom. They would fight every day. My dad at some point hurt his back and got addicted to prescription medication. And so throughout most of my life, my dad was addicted to prescription medication. He sold it, he took it, and so I have, endless stories of my dad being high on pain pills and, doing stupid things to me and my mom and all kinds of different people. And that was really my childhood. My mom is amazing, by the way. I love my mom so much, and she always took good care of myself and my brother. and she's absolutely incredible. But my dad just was an idiot, and no two ways to put it. And so when I was 8 years old, I called the cops on my dad because he was hitting my mom, and a lot of other things happened I won't talk about here. But he ended up getting taken to jail, and that was actually when my mom and dad had separated for good. He basically died. He died in a trailer, kind of in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere, alone. And we think he died about a week before anybody found him. And it's a really sad story because up until his death, my dad was 61 years old. It was 10 days before his 62nd birthday. And I don't think anybody really wanted anything to do with him. And up until the day he died, he was still doing his thing. He was still, as far as we could tell, he was still taking medication and selling medication, and he was hunched over. He kind of looked at the ground when he walked. He had long hair down his back, and he lived in this really disgusting little tiny trailer by himself. And I think he died a very lonely and sad man. For me, that's definitely hard because I always wanted to have a relationship with my dad. I always had hope that he would get his life together, that he would be the dad that I needed. But unfortunately, that day, never came. The really unfortunate thing about my dad is that I always knew in his heart that he really loved me, and he really loved his other sons, my brothers. He really did love us. And even though he didn't show that by his actions, that it was quite the opposite. We felt not loved by his actions. But I think that he was very tormented. I think that he, had a lot of problems that he didn't know how to overcome, and he could never overcome. Up until the day he died, he could still not overcome those. But I think that deep down, he loved us, and he wanted so badly to have a relationship with us. And my big brother came down and spent 2 weeks with me, and I hadn't spent time with my big brother in about 20 years. And it was so good to reconnect with my big brother. His name's Will. And one thing my big brother brought up was that our dad was really like the song Cats in the Cradle, if you've ever heard that song. Most of the song, it's the son saying to his dad, "Dad, when are you coming home? I just want to spend time with you. I just want to do things with you." And the dad would always say, "Soon, son. I'll be home soon. I'll be coming back soon." But the dad never came to spend time with his kids. And at the end of the song, the dad had grown older, and the dad, all that he wanted was to spend time with his son. But when he asked his son would just say, "Sorry, Dad, I'm too busy. I've got too much going on to spend time with you. Soon, Dad." And that was my dad. My whole life, I wanted a dad, and I wanted to spend time with him, and I wanted to be close to him. But he didn't have time for me, even though I felt like he really loved me. And at the end of his life, the last, I would say 4 to 5 years of his life, all that he wanted was to spend time with his sons, with me and my big brother and my younger brother. We have children, and we couldn't really bring our children around him, and it was really hard to spend time with him, and we did spend time with him from time to time, but he didn't deserve our time, even though we tried to give him as much as we could. Well, one thing that I've taken from this entire experience and that I've reflected on a lot is my purpose, both in everything that I do, with my businesses, but even more importantly, the father I am, the husband I am to my wife and to my children. And I've thought about a lot. I remember as a child, a very young child, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I remember thinking very frequently as I witnessed my dad being stupid and abusing my mom, or abusing pain medication, or doing a lot of other stupid things that I won't talk about here. I remember having the clear thought that I would never be like my dad. And I made that commitment to myself at a very young age that I wanted to be the opposite of my dad, that I would never treat my kids like my dad treated us. I would never treat my wife like my dad treated my mom. And I remember thinking that from such a young age. And then I remember thinking that and declaring that as I was a teenager. And I remember saying that as I became an adult. And I live my life every day with that thought in my head. Every decision that I make, decisions that come up, should I do this, should I do that? Especially pertaining to my kids and my wife, I always filter it through that thought that I never want to be like my dad. And that drives me every single day in everything that I do. And even though, what I teach here on YouTube and in my courses and everything is related to t-shirts and apparel, the bigger picture is that I have such a heart for fathers and for families and for children that I want to help families become stronger, and I want to help dads become better fathers for their children. And that's why I do what I do. And I believe that money is a big factor and an important factor in life. And of course, you can choose to spend money in bad ways, as my dad did, or in good ways. You can spend that money on your children. You can spend that money on your family. You can create legacy from that income. And being able to help others create an income for their family is really, I think, what I'm most passionate about, at least at this point in my life, is helping dads, helping moms create income that impacts their family. I guess I want you to know, and I'm saying it for myself too, that everything that I do because I want to see others, especially families, build something like I've been able to build. Build families like I have. Because I'm so thankful for the family that I have, and I can't express it enough here on this video to let you know how incredibly thankful I am, because I have such a great marriage. I have such great kids, and I have everything I ever dreamed of and more. And even through all of the things I dealt with in my childhood, through all of the issues I still have with my extended family, I've been able to get here, and I'm so thankful. I know I'm saying that a lot, but I want to help you and others build something great for your families. That's what I'm truly passionate about. And the vehicle that I teach here is t-shirts and apparel. But I just want you to know that that's my goal, and that's my purpose, and everything that I do is helping you and others create income that impacts your family, that improves your quality of life, that takes you to that next level, that allows you to do things that you want to do. Because I've been able to experience it for myself, and it's so incredible, and I'm so thankful. And, I know it's not the most positive of message, but if there's one thing you can take and I can take from my dad, it's let's make good decisions with our life. Let's make good decisions for not only ourselves, but the others that are depending on us, like our children and our spouses and the rest of our family. Let's live a life that means something. And that's what I'm here to do. And in my short time here on this earth, I want to make as much impact and help as many people as I can. And I believe I'm called to do that right here through teaching others and helping others just do a little bit of what I've done. I wanted to share that with you, even if just for the fact to make a little closer connection with you. And I hope that you'll subscribe to this channel, that you'll maybe like this video if you enjoyed it. That would greatly help me out and help get our content out to more people. So that would be my only ask in this video. If you enjoyed this or you get value out of anything else we do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I don't know how long until I put out another video like this. Hopefully I never have to put out another video like this, but yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day.